Imagine you're halfway up a flight of stairs on a busy morning. Last month, that climb left you a little winded. But this week, something's different. Breakfast has been a bowl of old-fashioned oats with fruit and a sprinkle of nuts. Lunch has been a simple bean chili or a chickpea salad. No miracle shake, no expensive supplement. Just food you know. You notice you're breathing easier, your afternoon energy isn't crashing, and your clothes feel a touch looser around the waist. You didn't overhaul your life. You just made two small moves that happen to be deeply connected to how your coronary arteries work. Everything here is explained in plain language and grounded in real research. When I mention a claim, I'll cite the source. This content is educational and doesn't replace a personalized evaluation with your own clinician. So let's make those two simple moves incredibly practical. Oats at breakfast, beans at meals, and connect them to what's happening inside your body. First, the oats on your spoon aren't just healthy carbs. They contain a special soluble fiber called beta-glucan. Picture it forming a gentle gel in your gut that traps bile acids, your body's soap made from cholesterol, and helps carry some of that cholesterol out of your system. Over time, that can nudge down LDL, the type of cholesterol most closely linked to plaque in coronary arteries. European regulators have even evaluated the evidence and concluded that foods providing about 3 grams per day of oat beta-glucan can help maintain normal blood LDL cholesterol. That's roughly what you get from a hearty serving of old-fashioned or steel-cut oats, and it's why oatmeal has the reputation it does. Clinical research backs that up. A comprehensive analysis in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that adding 3 grams or more of oat beta-glucan per day reduced LDL and total cholesterol without lowering the good HDL. Put simply, enough of the right soluble fiber moved the needle in controlled trials. And it isn't just about oats. Beans, lentils, chickpeas, and split peas, the pulse family, deliver soluble fiber plus resistant starch, which acts like fiber for your gut microbes. A large review of randomized trials reported that a daily serving of pulses produced a modest but meaningful drop in LDL cholesterol, the kind of change that compounds over months when paired with other smart habits. If you're thinking, okay, but what's the real-world target? Mainstream organizations keep it simple. Most adults benefit from 25 to 30 plus grams of total fiber per day, mostly from foods, not supplements. Hitting that baseline with a mix of soluble and insoluble fiber tends to support cholesterol, blood pressure, weight management, and regularity. Oats and beans are workhorses because they pack a lot of soluble fiber into everyday meals. Now, let's turn those principles into daily doable moves without spreadsheets or food scales. Start with breakfast. If you swap a sugary cereal for old-fashioned oats, you get roughly 2 to 3 grams of beta-glucan plus additional fiber, especially if you add berries or sliced apple. Old-fashioned and steel-cut oats beat instant packets because they're less processed and often lower in added sugar. Health systems routinely highlight oatmeal as a top choice for LDL reduction, and they remind us that even 5 to 10 grams of soluble fiber per day from oats, beans, and certain fruits can translate into lower LDL. That's one reason oats plus fruit is a classic. For lunch or dinner, fold in 1/2 to 1 cup of cooked beans, rinse canned beans to drop the sodium, warm them with a drizzle of extra virgin olive oil, a pinch of cumin, and a squeeze of lemon, and you've just built a fiber-rich side in minutes. Beyond the LDL effect, that combo keeps you fuller for longer, helps stabilize after-meal blood sugar, and, over time, supports a healthier body weight, which itself improves cardiovascular risk. Harvard's nutrition guidance notes that soluble fiber from oats, beans, lentils, and fruit plays a distinct role in lowering cholesterol, while the insoluble kind keeps digestion regular. Both types matter. Here's the piece most people don't see: your gut-heart connection. When gut microbes ferment soluble fiber and resistant starch, they make short-chain fatty acids like acetate, propionate, and butyrate. These molecules help calm low-grade inflammation and appear to influence endothelial function, the way your blood vessels relax and contract. Emerging reviews discuss how short-chain fatty acids can support vascular health and even intersect with heart failure pathways. Translation for your day-to-day. Feeding your microbiome with oats and beans may indirectly help the inner lining of your arteries function better. It's not a magic trick, it's biology responding to what you eat, day after day. If that sounds abstract, let's make it concrete with 3 focused segments. Oats and beta-glucan, what to look for and how to use it. Choose old-fashioned or steel-cut oats, not flavored instant packets. Aim for a heaping 2/3 to 1 cup cooked as a default bowl. Stir in chia or ground flax if you want more fiber, and finish with berries for polyphenols. Keep it savory if you prefer. Steel-cut oats with olive oil, black pepper, frozen spinach, and a soft-boiled egg is deeply satisfying. To stay aligned with the evidence, build toward about 3 grams per day of oat beta-glucan, which typically means oats most days. European authorities use that threshold because trials clustered there. You don't have to measure beta-glucan granules, just lean on a generous serving of oats as a habit. Beans and lentils, the easy on-ramp. Keep canned beans in your pantry. Rinse them to reduce sodium, then fold into salads, tacos, pasta, soups, or grain bowls. Start with half a cup if you're new to higher fiber. Drink water throughout the day and increase gradually to minimize gas and bloating. Multiple randomized trials pooled together show that a daily serving of pulses trims LDL, not dramatically, but consistently. Over months, consistency matters more than perfection. The microbiome detail that pays off. Think of your colon as a slow cooker for fiber. The SCFAs produced, especially propionate and butyrate, signal through receptors on immune and endothelial cells, supporting a calmer, more flexible vascular environment. That's one plausible pathway by which boring foods like oats and beans help your coronary arteries without you feeling anything dramatic. Recent reviews map these pathways in more clinical detail, but the practical takeaway is simple. Feed the microbes that take care of you. Common mistakes to avoid? 3 big ones. First, relying on instant oatmeal packets with lots of added sugar. You get a fraction of the fiber, plus a blood sugar roller coaster that can make you hungrier later. Choose plain oats and sweeten lightly with fruit if you like. Second, eating beans once a week and expecting daily benefits. The trials that saw LDL shifts used regular, near-daily intake. Third, jumping from low fiber to very high fiber overnight. That's a recipe for discomfort. Increase gradually and hydrate. What about safety and caveats? If you take medications that interact with fiber, for example, bile acid sequestrants or certain thyroid medications, separate your fiber-rich meals from your pills by a couple of hours. If you have celiac disease or gluten sensitivity, choose certified gluten-free oats to avoid cross-contamination. And if you're following a kidney-specific diet, check with your clinician about potassium and phosphorus levels in beans. These are not reasons to avoid oats and beans, they're reasons to personalize. If you're thinking, do I need supplements? Food first remains the simplest, best-studied path. Trusted medical sources, Harvard Health, Mayo Clinic, the American Heart Association, emphasize fiber from whole foods for cholesterol, blood pressure, weight, and metabolic health. Supplements can help fill gaps, but they don't bring the same package of vitamins, minerals, and polyphenols you get from whole foods. Let's turn this into a simple action plan you can start today. Step 1. Keep a 7-day fiber log. Nothing fancy. Write down when and how much oats and beans you eat, plus energy levels and any digestive notes. After a week, you'll see patterns. Maybe oats work best on gym mornings. Maybe beans at lunch keep you satisfied through the afternoon. Step 2. Make one immediate swap. Tomorrow morning, replace your usual cereal or pastry with a bowl of old-fashioned oats. If breakfast is non-negotiable, add 1/2 cup of beans to your lunch or dinner. Keep olive oil, lemon, and a spice you love on hand. Great flavor means you'll actually repeat the habit. Step 3. Bring data to your clinician. Share your 7-day log and your most recent lipid panel. Ask about your LDL target, how diet and medication can work together, and what realistic timeline to expect for retesting. Many clinicians will recheck lipids in approximately 8 to 12 weeks after a consistent dietary change. Because this is YouTube, let me give you a verbal checklist you can screenshot mentally. Oats most mornings, steel cut or old-fashioned. Beans most days, half to 1 cup cooked. Plenty of water, go slow if you're new to high fiber. Aim for 25 to 30 plus grams of total fiber per day, mostly from food. Recheck lipids with your clinician after steady habits. You might be wondering about barley too. It's a smart honorable mention. Barley contains beta-glucan as well and has similar LDL effects. If you enjoy barley soups or salads, rotate it in alongside oats. The logic and the gel-forming soluble fiber are the same. Regulatory opinions have evaluated barley beta-glucans similarly for LDL maintenance. Crave a few meal ideas to keep this easy? Try these quick builds. PB&J oats. Stir ground flax into hot oats. Top with a tablespoon of peanut butter and mashed berries. Savory. Green oats. Wilt frozen spinach into oats. Finish with olive oil, lemon zest, and black pepper. 10-minute bean bowl. Warm black beans with cumin and garlic. Spoon over brown rice. Add avocado and salsa. Chickpea pasta. Toss. Mix canned chickpeas, cherry tomatoes, parsley, and olive oil with whole grain pasta. Mediterranean lentil salad. Cooked lentils, chopped cucumbers, tomatoes, olives, oregano, lemon, and a drizzle of EVOO. And yes, oatmeal can be delicious. Major hospitals highlight oats for cholesterol and blood sugar management, but they also remind us to keep portions sensible and toppings smart. If you're bored with hot cereal, bake overnight oats or savory oat cakes in muffin tins for grab-and-go breakfasts. Variety keeps the habit alive. Let's close with a rapid recap you can remember on your next grocery run. Oats bring beta-glucan that helps your body clear LDL, an effect supported by randomized trials and recognized by regulators. Beans and lentils add soluble fiber and resistant starch, nudging LDL down and keeping you full. Your microbiome turns these fibers into SCFAs that may help your vessel lining behave more youthfully. Build these foods into your days, not just your best days, and check your numbers over time. Why it matters emotionally? Because the heart issues we fear don't show up as dramatic scenes at first. They begin in the quiet. The inside of an artery, the chemistry of bile acids, the calm of an endothelium that can flex when it needs to. Two humble foods, oats and beans, can support that quiet biology so you can keep doing ordinary, joyful things with the people you love. If this helped, comment your favorite oat or bean combo. Share this with a friend who's 50 plus and just getting serious about cholesterol, and subscribe for our next episodes on simple olive oil swaps for LDL, how to hit daily steps without a step counter, and how to measure blood pressure at home without common mistakes.